everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on issue 4 of Scrapnik Island. Now, as you know, this is the final part of Scrapnik Island, and much like Tangle and Whisper, Bad Guys, Imposter Syndrome were meant to be 4-issue series. And I do think, yeah, if Scrapnik Island got made into a Netflix series, much like the boys Diabolical and Gotham Knight, I could definitely see the team behind Gravity Falls or the Owl House doing this kind of story. So the cover mainly has Sonic and Mecha duking it out. And the story starts off with Mecha setting up the sort of device saying, "Subject secure, Eggman noggin modification implanted, mind transfer complete." Mind transfer? What are you yamming about? And we see how Mecha points out that some years ago, Dr. Eggman created a device to control badniks. He was close to cracking it, but got bored and scrapped the whole project. Which kind of implies that Eggman decided that he saw no need of it, and probably saw some sales of the project. And we see him point out that he's going to transfer his mind into Sonic, saying, "Wait, are you gonna suck my brains? You can't be serious." "Oh, but I am." The scrambled egg carrier is a hunking piece of junk held together by naive and blind faith. It will never fly. But you can run across water with your speed, and I can finally escape this inferior garbage dump. I'll make sure Eggman never forgets me again. And we kind of see how Sonic points about his friends and that are on the island, but he says that they were never his friends. And of course, we see how basically he starts up the device, tries to transfer his mind, just as they're getting linked. We see the other Scrapniks try to stop Mecha, saying, "No, wait, what are you doing?" And of course, his big break gets destroyed and says, "It's gone. It's all gone. All my work. Now I'll never get off this island. You ruined everything. I'll crush you." And of course, we kind of see how Sonic comes to and starts to kind of hear and be linked now to Mecha. And we kind of see him saying, "It's not mine." And we kind of see now why Mecha is the way he is, and tries to kind of calm him down and talk sense to him. And saying, "Ugh, it's like my ankle's being stabbed by 1,000 needles. Keep it together, Sonic. One foot in front of the other. Keep moving. Fight it through the pain. Pain. What do you know about pain? There's that voice. Is it you? What are you feeling right now? It's nothing compared to what I've endured. You've never been cast aside. Abandoned of your value. Your purpose." And we kind of see him trying to talk sense to Mecha. And we see them going to the sort of giant egg-like furnace. And much like Toy Story 3, we see how they basically duke out. And just as Mecha gets kicked, he remembers everything about his life. And now realises the mistakes he's done. And we see how much like Toy Story 3, saying, "Grab a hold of my hand!" And we see him throwing him aside, saying, "Your freedom is inviolable, Sonic. To explore the world at your leisure. Unread by regret or failure, it must be mine." And we see how Sonic decides to try and save Mecha, and saying, "Cut the crap, will ya? You gave yourself value and purpose. No one else. You gotta live for that's what it really means to be free. Now take my hand." And we see how Mecha takes Sonic's hand. But we see how Sonic realizes that his ankle's now busted even further. And just as all hope seems lost, Tails manages to save Sonic with the help of the other Scrapniks. And we see how Sigma says, "Affirmative. Come on, everyone, pull!" And they get out the furnace. And we see how Mecha is now welcomed back. And due to Sonic being linked with Mecha, you can tell Mecha's actually crying through Sonic's eyes and saying, "Sonic, are you?" "Nah, these ain't my tears." And we see how after fixing Mecha and rebuilding Mecha Knuckles, we kind of see how they're basically stopped of their old program and now back to what they used to be. And of course, they mainly decide to kind of get off the island now, and Mecha and Sonic have one final talk together through their mind conscience, and fly off to sort of leave the Scrapniks be, with Mecha holding the flower, knowing one day Scrapnik Island will have green and vegetation. And the next issue is obviously going to be from the main Sonic series, issue 57. So yeah, this is the story. So I think issue 4 is not too bad. Like I said, I think the point of Sonic throughout the IDW series is meant to help some of the badniks and even some of the villains come to their senses and try to help them see reason, even though some of them are too far gone to be helped. And I think, yeah, if this was adapted, I could definitely see the team behind Gravity Falls or the Owl House doing this sort of series, with both of them using their animation styles for the story. So I think issue 4 definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still right. And I think Scrapnik Island is a good adaptation of a good story. Because, yeah, it's kind of interesting to see these sort of badniks having spare parts, kind of having this kind of lost ship-like story. And I think the series still deserves another thumbs up and a second one. Definitely a good series, definitely worth reading. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.